I'ma just pass you off to my homie or whatever. He might be a little bit your speed. What up, y'all? It's your girl Simply Taj back with another video. From the title of this video, y'all clicked on it because you know y'all want to know what the experience was. I'm gonna tell you right now, it was trash. So I'm here to tell you guys about that. So thank y'all for tuning in to my story time. Let's get into the video. Okay, so my best friend exposed me to this app, and it's not Tinder. You know what? I'm gonna just tell y'all the name because who cares? POF, Plenty of Fish. I got on this app, this dating app, and I was at first like, no, you know what? I'm not the dating app type of person. I don't like meeting people off of dating apps. I don't know what it is. I'm just an old-fashioned type of person. I want to meet people face to face and get to know you face to face, like, you know what I mean? But you know what? Apparently it's the norm. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let's get on this little dating app. I uploaded my pictures and freaking wrote in my little bio, wrote what I like, you know, whatever. At first, you know, it was cool. You know, you meet a couple of people, you talk to a couple of people in your little messages and all that stuff. But then this one guy comes along. Honestly, y'all, I really don't even remember his name, to be completely honest. Like, I'm not even trying to front. This dude, mind you, he was a nice looking dude. Okay, so like, first things first, like, I check out his profile. I'm pretty positive he checked out mine, whatever. So I checked out his profile. He was like tall, you know, he's like 6'4". I think it was 6'4". Maybe he was 6'2". Doesn't really matter. He was tall. Let's just say that. To me, that's tall. You know, he was nice. He was built nice. Blah blah blah. You know, he was cool. Okay, check. You know, I was like, okay, I see you. So we started talking on our little messengers, whatever it's called, y'all. I don't like dating apps, so I don't even know the name, the correct term. We start talking and messaging each other, and he asked for my Snapchat, and I was like, okay, whatever, I'll give him Snapchat. And then we start messaging on there a little bit more often. The regular old conversation, how you doing, like, what are you doing, like, you know what I mean? Like, he was cool. Conversation was great over the phone. And then he was like, oh, let's meet up, da 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 da. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, okay, you know, I'm a little nervous because this is my first time with this little dating app thing. So I was just like, okay, sure, yeah, where do you want to meet up? He was like, the mall. And I said, okay. I mean, I guess I was looking for something a little bit more, you know, like one-on-one, but you know, it's okay. We can meet up at the mall, you know, it's the first time, girl, calm down. I was like, okay, let's meet up at the mall. And he was like, we can get like smoothies or something. And I was like, okay, cool, you know, that actually sounds pretty good. That day comes, and I'm just like, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous because I'm like, I've never been on no dating app. I've never like met up with a stranger that I don't even know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a little bit nerve-wracking for me. I was a little nervous. But I get to the mall and I'm like sitting up here because we're supposed to meet by the food court because that's where like the little smoothie area was. I'm walking into the mall. I'm walking in there, I'm walking like looking around in the little food court area, and I'm like, okay, I don't see anybody who like at least like looks like him. Sit down, just find a little spot, and I sit down somewhere and I just wait. It was okay. I waited there for a long minute, you know. I would say probably like 20 minutes. I was just like, okay, you know what, it's still a little early maybe, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting here and I'm just like, all right, I don't know, maybe I should, you know, like call him or something. So freaking, I called him, no answer. So I was just like, okay, you know, I'm very nice. So I was like, you know what, I'll just give it like 10 more minutes. He calls me and I was like, oh, okay, maybe we got something. He calls me and he's like, oh, where are you at? And I'm like, at the food court. We said we would meet at the food court. He's like, oh, okay, cool. He was like, I'm coming up now or whatever. And we meet up and let me tell y'all, yes, he looks exactly like his profile picture. He wasn't like fake or anything. So I was like, okay, another check mark. Great, that's great. But the attire, the clothing material that he had on. I mean, I know we were at the mall. You know, it's a little bit more relaxed, you know, but dude shows up in a little white beater and some basketball shorts. What the fuck? Okay, is there anybody, but you know, any basketball courts on the way? Did you come from the gym? I don't know. Okay, you know, that's the downfall right there, because I was just like, all right. I mean, I know, like I said, I know that the attire was, you know, a little bit more relaxed. We wasn't supposed to get like fancy dressed up, but you know, I'm at least in some jeans and a crop top shirt, you know, relaxed. But I don't know what it was, but that just like threw me off. So me being the nice person that I am, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be rude and be like, okay, you're canceled. Because at first, like in my mind, I was really like, but I was like, okay, let's give him a chance, whatever. So we walk around, like we get our smoothie, whatever, and then we walk around the mall for a little bit, and we're like talking. I don't know, he just kind of started getting a little bit too comfortable, because I was trying to finish what I was saying, and then he just, you know, automatically cut me off, and I was just like, okay, you know, I'm gonna let that one slide. You know, sometimes you get cut off, you know, in whatever you're saying. And I was like, okay, cool. And then this is when I knew that I was just over it. He asks me a question. I can't even remember what he said, but he asks me a question and he's like, okay, you know, what do you think about this? That's literally the last thing I got out of that. What do you think about this? And I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm over here about to explain what I think about this certain topic, whatever. And then I'm like, well, you know, he was like, well, what I think about da 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 da. I said, you just not ask me a question? Did you not ask me a question? I'm confused. I was gonna answer that question, but then you just cut me off. So I was like, okay. I was like, do you want me to answer it? And he was like, oh yeah. No, go ahead. And I'm like, well, and then he continues to say, you know what I think? And I'm just like, what? Like, what do you think at this moment right now? Because I'm trying to answer your question and you're not making any sense to me. I'm just like, what? So we're like walking around the mall, and it got a little bit better after that, like after he cut me off like 3 times. But I was just like, okay, whatever. But freaking after that, so let's go ahead and jump and get to the better part. So after our little smoothie date, I guess you can call it, he was like, oh, I hope to see you again. Maybe we can you know, meet up another time and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess you weren't that bad besides your attire and cutting me off. A couple of weeks go by, like we're not talking, nobody's talking to each other or anything like that. And I didn't message him, he didn't message me, I don't know. We just kind of was like, okay, whatever, it is what it is. Maybe we met different people in there. which I know I did. But anyway, so mind you, with his Snapchat, y'all, throughout the little 2-week period where we didn't probably talk to each other, freaking, he has pictures of him, like pictures like nudes of him bare butt ass naked, like freaking on Snapchat, which I'm like, okay, maybe it's on his private story, maybe he only has certain people on his private story, whatever, I don't know, but it didn't look like it was private to me. I didn't see a little lockbox on there at all. But I'm just like, okay, this dude is a little weird, you know, he's showing his, you know, stuff to everybody, but maybe, you know, maybe he's just real confident in his shelf. And I was just like, okay, cool, whatever. So dude hits me back up and he said, you know, hits the whole, hey, what are you doing? I'm just like, nothing. And he wanted to hang out again. And I was like, okay. And he does ask me, he's like, oh, we can like hang out at your place because I did tell him that I had my own place or whatever. And he was like, we can hang out at your place. I'm like, oh, hell no. He was like, yeah, I guess you're right, da da da. And so here's where things turn left. Like swipes up on my picture and he's like, damn, you're so fine. Man, I just can't wait to get with you. Let's just cut to the chase. I like you and I want to have sex. I have receipts of what happened on Snapchat, and I only have this one picture, so I'm gonna insert it right here. But right now, son, you have nothing going on for me that I want, that I'm just ready to just hop into it like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, what more could you want? And I'm like, well, clearly not you.
Confusion of the highest order.
Serious right now? Are you that delusional in your head? And then the thing that I'm mad about, because I didn't screenshot it, after that he was like, I'm gonna just pass you off to my homie or whatever. He might be a little bit your speed.
Okay.
And I'm like, I think I just had to block him. I should have screenshotted everything, but I was just like to the point where I was like over it. Like I was really like, okay, first of all, you show up in a white beater and some basketball shorts. That's not cute at all. And then freaking you're cutting me off. That's horrible. And then you have the nerve to just be like, oh, I just want to have sex, so that's the only thing that I want. Okay, well, if that's what you want, then baby boy, you need to find somebody else because it's not her right here. Like I was clearly over it, so I like blocked him on Snapchat and deleted his number because I did get his number when we met up. I just couldn't, so I was literally like, I'm deactivating my account, I'm freaking getting off of this app. I was like, dang, I didn't know all dating apps were app. All right, y'all, so I'm sorry, but that was like the worst experience that I've ever had because that was my first experience. I thought that was supposed to be the good one. You know, your first experience is supposed to make you want more and more and more, but it didn't. But that's that. So like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can see every single time when I post the video. Remember to follow my socials, they're gonna be right here. I just want to leave y'all on this note: if something is for you, all you have to do is be simply you to receive it. Bye, y'all. See y'all in my next video.